Hey everybody, welcome. I've got a really cool training for you. I just want to make sure everything is working okay. So if you can hear me, please let me know. Say hi, let me know who's there. Yeah, say hi, let me know who's there. So I just want to make sure the sound, all that good stuff is working. So let me know, let me know. Okay, I think we're good. And yeah, let me just fix this, make sure it's okay. Okay, awesome. Alrighty. So I've got a really cool training for everybody today, and I wanted to do it because I think it's a great way to kick off the week. And I'm Kate Beaters, your breakthrough success expert. And what I want to talk to you about is something that is really important to incorporate in part of your daily routine or weekly routine if you want more abundance. So let me backtrack a little bit and share. I was having a conversation with one of my nieces. She's also my godchild. And admittedly, she is much more religious than I am. I was brought up Jewish, but I'm much more spiritual than religious. But with the holiest day of the year coming up, she was talking to me about that. And for those of you who don't know, it's called Yom Kippur, which means Day of Atonement. And what's supposed to really happen during that day, and also in between the New Year, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, is that you're really asking for forgiveness and for anything that you could have done wrong or perceived have done wrong, things like that. And the reason you're doing that is because you want a clean slate going into the new year. And, a lot of religions have various aspects of like that. I mean, was in the Catholic religion, you got confession. And, I think pretty much every organized religion has some form of something kind of like this. And, oh, good, I'm getting some hearts. Yeah, so you guys get it. And I know some of you are religious, some of you aren't. But the idea about forgiveness is what I really want to talk about. And as she and I were talking, she said, at least in her perception, it's more about getting forgiveness from others than it is about getting, let's say, God's forgiveness or higher power's forgiveness. So what I want you to think about is, really when you don't forgive somebody for something that they did, it's really almost like there's an expression you might have heard before. It's like you're swallowing poison. It's like you're drinking someone else's poison, right? So you hold that in you. And when you're staying in that place of somebody did you wrong, it's like that Bad Country song. And it puts you in a place of victim mode as well, because you're always referring to either maybe someone cut you off, someone cheated on you, someone lied to you, someone cheated at you, someone didn't do what they said they were going to do, whatever. But when you stay in that place of always being done wrong, that is putting you in victim mode. So when you're able to forgive them, it puts you back into a place of power. And what I want to encourage you is not just forgiving the other person, and also too, asking for your own forgiveness for anything that you've done wrong, perceived that you outright know was wrong, or maybe you didn't think it was wrong, but the person on the other end took it as wrong. So when you're able to offer this forgiveness both ways, both to accept other people's forgiveness and offer your own, and it really starts opening up your doors of what you can attract. Because what happens is when you've got this wall of like either someone did you wrong, and I work with a lot of clients that have told me stories about how they're stuck somewhere because of something somebody did wrong to them. So when you hold on to that, and it's basically putting a wall, it's like closing the door, and it makes it very difficult for abundance to come in. Once you open that door, it doesn't mean that what the other person did was right. We're not saying that at all. What we're saying is you're basically just kind of clearing that air, clearing that energy. So can you imagine if you were able to just like release that on a regular basis, like weekly basis or daily basis for those of you who are super motivated, and you just kind of, forgive anybody who did something wrong to you, little or big, whatever. And also if you were able to ask for forgiveness, whether or not you deliberately thought something you did wrong, or maybe it just was perceived and taken that way. Maybe you accidentally banged into somebody, or you cut them off on the road, whatever. But again, that's clearing you out and clearing your energy out, and to allow more good stuff to happen. And that's what you want, because the more your energy is clean, the more good stuff that happens. So ways to do this is, one of my favorites is tapping. I do a lot of tapping with that. There's also the Ho'oponopono. You could write the person a letter. Doesn't mean you have to send it, but you could just write it and read it, and maybe you keep the letter or you burn it. Some people have ceremonies around that, depending on how big the forgiveness issue is. You could have a conversation. Conversation, sometimes you got to be careful because it depends on how fresh it was, how newly this thing happened, and it might be, might be too close for comfort. So maybe that might not always be the best thing. But I highly want to encourage you to really make this part of your routine. Again, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly, that, don't wait for a holiday to happen to start giving forgiveness and offering forgiveness, and to just be able to let that go on a regular basis. Again, it allows you to come to then be in your place of brilliance and move forward and attract more abundance. Now, I know some of this is easier said than done, and I get that. So if that's the case, and you need some support, reach out to my team, info@katebeaters.com. That's info@katebeaters.com. Let me know how this is going for you, and please share this. Can you imagine if we had a world full of people being able to offer forgiveness and be forgived, how much better this place would be. So everybody, until we meet again, be brilliant. Bye.